Welcome to episode 1 of Podwai podcast with your host, me, Gary and Ryan.
Today we have JR with Wholesaler.
How are we, lad?
Sound, lad, sound.
Gangsters up there, mate. Hey, gonna burn someone's house out right now.
How's your day been, Jay?
Good, mate, good. Long drive down here, obviously, but
Yeah.
all as well.
From fucking Skem. So it's where he's living, lad, is in Skem. On one of the roundabouts with his belly on.
Just used it before I got here.
So I want to sort of take it back then to your childhood. So roughly, where did you grow up and what was your childhood like?
Just Glasgow, mate. Just
Okay.
outside as well, so my dad lived in separate places. I don't know, just a bit rough, obviously, growing up.
Yeah.
Bit of violence. Obviously, you try and step away from it as you get older, right enough, but...
Yeah, it is sort of notoriously known as a bit of a fucking rough city, like, innit?
It's
a
the
bit
knife
like-
capital. Sorry, mate. It's the knife capital of Europe, isn't it? I think
it's a
still.
bit like Liverpool, mate.
You know, it's like a war zone down here, you know, isn't it?
Yeah. So what was it like growing up then? Like fucking...
Nice and easy at first, mate. Obviously, as you grow up, mate, you tend to start dividing ways. A lot of gangs, like young teams. I was mostly involved in that when I was a kid. As you get older, you kind of try and step away from it, like, but...
What type of jobs you do?
What's that?
What type of jobs did you do for them?
To be honest, mate, just really selling weed, MCAT, Mandy.
Catfish.
Basically just started grafting early, like
Yeah, how old was you?
14, just worked in a cloakroom. Worked in a cloakroom at a nightclub doing the glass collecting.
Selling Garys on the side.
Were you sort of led down that path or did you want to jump into that game?
good family, good upbringing. Do you mean like nothing bad? I just think it's black sheep in the family. I think all my family went to uni. I think I was probably...
You probably make a
only
more
one
money
that
than
never-
they did after going to uni.
Yeah, you're paying off all their debts now.
basically. Just growing up, just mates, kind of sidetrack. You know who your pals are, and obviously you don't...
I think you get brought closer to whoever
Exactly.
you're with. So the older kids are with you, and you know they're making all this
There's-
money. And
there's
you've got
also-
these nice cars and got all the girls.
Exactly.
You obviously
There's a smart way doing things, and there's not.
Yeah.
You can go down that wrong path or lead from it.
Exactly. So you said you were sort of got involved at like 14 and stuff. When did the sort of step to the next level? Because I know you moved away, didn't you, for a while?
That was when, just really just party lifestyle, mate. Obviously, when you start learning, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'd draw people towards me, but I seem to be quite good at it.
Yeah, I know you personally, and I think you're a likable guy, mate.
It was, mate, just even abroad. From the get-go, mate, just after the first bit I sold, it was just kind of drawn to me.
Yeah.
The more money...
It's easy money, isn't it, as well? Because you think about it when you're young and you've got to work, you know, especially abroad, you work 9 hours for about €20.
I
You
know.
know, it's the truth,
That's
though, isn't it?
That's your bread and butter. That's you.
Or you can
Everybody does it. It's just, but it's not everyone makes money. Do you know?
what did you sell when you were away?
To be honest, mate, coke, ket, pills, Mandy. Not so much in Mallorca. When
A full chemistry set.
more basically when I moved to Ibiza after like a couple of years of
Yeah.
living in Magaluf and that.
Supply and demand, innit? Whatever all the party goers want on the island like that, you've got to fucking... There's a market there, you've got to tap into it, haven't you?
Yeah,
I think they're two party islands, but I think they're two completely different places as well. You know what I mean?
Magaluf's a bit different. Magaluf's more just to drinking, stag do's, hen parties.
Yeah.
Fingering.
Yeah, fingering. Exactly. Don't let your bud go there.
And I think Ibiza's more of a place where people just let themselves go. So they think the drug trade there is going to be absolutely
They
insane.
go to find themselves, don't they, and all
That's
that?
probably where I made the most.
That's where I found myself. That's where I found it.
That's where I made the most mad. See, Ibiza's probably where like you got a bit older. I think it was more just about like shagging birds and just making what you really could, you know, just have a good time. And then once you started realising that you want to live abroad, you've got to.
I heard a little story that you used to sell Charlie in the KFC box.
Try to stay out of the way, mate.
Where gets a 50 bag, where do you want it behind the KFC box?
Corn on the cob and a 50 bag, lad. That's all right. It's like that all over the corn, like that.
Gravy
Everywhere.
beans or Charlie.
It wasn't all.
That's a hard decision.
Boss used to hate it, or you can only obviously eat chicken so much.
You've had fucking 37 three-piece meals in the last half hour.
Seriously.
All right. How long was you out there for?
6 years I've done abroad in total.
What made you come back here?
To be honest, mate, met a lass. So just obviously, you know, when you're younger, mate, I think I'd give up. I think I'd been abroad for like 6 years. I think I just wanted a bit of normality back.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you come back, you fucking realise you never needed that.
How normal can it be doing a job what you're doing?
I know,
as normal as it can be.
And then when I came back, I kind of didn't do much, and then obviously split up with that lass, and then that's when I started again. I think it was more just like she wanted a proper head on me, and just wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah. Commiserations for finding a lass and moving home. Do you know what I mean? So when you moved back then, and you said obviously you split up and all that, and you got back into it quite heavy, what was your sort of plan?
I don't know. I met some kids at a boxing gym. So he got pally with him. Obviously, his brother, who's obviously quite big, around Liverpool ways, and it's just that's kind of how I got started. He set us up, obviously, because of the people that I knew from all over. I kind of just started ringing everyone that I knew would.
Did you make all them connections from when you were away?
100%.
So you'd say your career basically stemmed from living in another country and meeting all these people from everywhere.
Well, I've been back 5 years, not 5 years now, and I've still, literally last week, was still making contacts with the people that I met abroad for.
That's amazing, isn't it? Like friends for life. The
power and network and scary, like, innit?
That I mean, sometimes that's all you need, isn't
exactly.
it? Look at him as a shining example of networking.
You know what who you know, innit?
It's all over Scotland, Manchester, Ireland. Not so much Ireland, say so, because it's hard that you get that over there, but London.
Yeah, they just sell spuds anyway.
Are you all over the place then?
I'd say I sell to every not every place, but major place.
Every major city.
Not saying I sell everywhere in there, but I do.
You've got something going.
Something going on, at least in places that break.
Have you got a contingency plan for Brexit?
Keep selling.
Buy more drugs, sell more drugs.
Exactly. Hopefully, it never becomes legal.
Oh, big pharma taking over.
That's a point. What are you going to do if it becomes legal?
To be honest, mate, I think there'll still be a black market for it. I think there's still going to be a black market. Even in America now, there's still a black market.
But are your wages going to take a hit due to it becoming illegal, or is it going to become,
Well, I don't know, because then it's like you say, man, everybody can sell the weed. Everybody sells weed. Not everyone sells weed.
I suppose it's going to be different people you're selling to, isn't it? You know,
I think it's just continue. You've got to keep up to it. I think you just need to keep being there and keep supplying the nicest weed. And don't let it slip. And that's your stay afloat.
What I want to talk about then is it's not just weed. You pride yourself on your edibles and your sweeties and stuff, don't you? So what sort of products do you offer today?
Like syrups, like THC drinks, vape carts, obviously THC vapes. Everything just gets you basically mashed. Edibles do though, mate, but obviously edibles aren't everyone's fancy.
But you don't do poly. He doesn't do poly, by the way. Poly's a no-go for him.
But as you said, like, it's quality over quantity. You fucking pride yourself in the product that you fucking build and sell. So when everyone does start selling it, they'll be selling shit. The amount of people.
Mate, see where I stay now, and obviously a lot of the people there's every single person jumping on the bandwagon. Lockdown set it off for a lot of us. Like it was a good way to start making money, but it's not. You can't keep making money off it. Lockdown's just capping, so there's a lot of people that have made loads of money in lockdown.
Did you make a lot of money over lockdown?
Yeah, fucking right.
You could see it in the eyes then. You went a little bit smaller.
Lens a tenner, lad.
A lot of people don't make, like, it's not continuous. It's like, so say you made loads of edibles, wouldn't keep going, because obviously everyone's on furlough. You get a lot more people buying off you or selling for you because they're just getting free wages. They're not having to go to work. They'll sort themselves out for the week, scan and all that, and then they'll now it's back to normal, and because we've stayed afloat and we've continued the nice supply, we still get the same. Our phone's not stopped.
That's great, isn't it?
Did you utilise furlough scheme? Don't give your drivers 80% pay.
No. You just get 100% them.
Cheeky bastard.
100%. Do you want 100%? Because he wouldn't let them stop working. Chain to the car, handcuffs.
Should have maximised your profit margins and fucking phoned all your drivers' insurance companies, took payment holidays and everything.
Try and get tax breaks and that.
Tax breaks. So how many sorts of people do you have working for you then?
To be honest, mate, it's about 5 to 10. I'd say it's about 5 drivers in total. Sometimes 3, but it's obviously people that I can ring if none of them can do it. I'm never stuck for people driving around for us.
Yeah.
Are they all heavy Glaswegians with big massive blades and scars down their faces? What do you want, mate? Yeah, I mate, nothing, mate. They're all me, mate. They're all born with scars and asbos, aren't
they? Some of the drivers that we have, obviously, they are big lads, not through choice, just obviously they're the lads.
So you're not asked about how hard they are, they just asked about how hard they work.
So they want to make money.
Yeah, that's it.
I imagine though, in that sort of fucking avenue, you've got to be very trustworthy. So is it hard to pick the drivers, or?
To be honest, mate, it all built up through trust. It wasn't just a simple fact of just, here we go. Like, started off with pals, brothers who were out of work. And they said, listen, and then they're the ones that are close to me now. Like, they've got 3 that are probably close to us. The rest of them are just, they're on standby type thing.
What would happen if one of them robbed off you?
They don't want to know. That's the good thing about it, mate. I never need to worry about that with them.
Yeah,
obviously everyone can say that. I mean, everyone thinks it's their best mate until it happens.
Yeah, because money changes people, doesn't it? When real money's involved, it really changes people.
Exactly.
You know who your real friends are. There's 50 grand on the table, you know what I mean?
They're happy, mate. They're getting paid more than they would a week. They're getting paid week's wages in days and stuff.
What about the people who try and rob from you? Has that ever happened?
It has happened, mate. Do you mean? Obviously, some of them have had their up and comings, but like I said, mate, it's just sometimes, mate, it's hard. Sometimes they go missing. It's obviously it's never. They'll always be the ones thinking about it, mate. We'll always catch up with them.
I know it's sort of cliched, but the old saying of fucking live by the sword, die by the sword and stuff. I imagine you've always got to look over your shoulder because you know the game you're in.
I know exactly what comes with the game, but I like to be. It's nice to be nice. Do you mean it's like you don't need if you want to come for it, come for it. If you want to make money, then we're here to make it with you.
Yeah. But you seem to be a fucking dealer who's got morals as well, though, which is different because, like you said, you've went away from sort of the hardcore party drugs now, haven't you? Because you didn't want to fucking kill everyone and ruin lives.
I'd say that there was two different types of people to do that. I'd say there's people who just want to make money, and there's people who want to be, big time gangsters. And the people who want to be big time gangsters, they're the people who are always going to fall first. But they're genuinely nice people who do this, genuinely nice people who do it. You know what I mean? It's not every person you're going to meet's not going to try and slash you up. You know what I mean?
And people sort of, all fucking tarnish drug dealers with the same sort of brush, saying they're the enemy and stuff. And there's a market there. You've got to tap into that market.
You've got to. Most people ask for drugs. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's not like you're forcing it down the fucking throat, mate.
That's where we come into play, mate. Because where we live, we supply to all the dealers. So we're not really like we'll sell weed to all the dealers, and then all the people that want to buy the eighths, the quarters, the half ounces, and that they'll not go to dealers. So we provide like delivery services. So like they're the people that will never even go to a dealer because they're little. Pussies, they'll never go knocking on a dealer's door because they're shit scared in case they just take their money and close the door. Do you mean? They don't get their stuff. But whereas we supply that, where we sell weed to all the guys that would do that, and then we sell weed to guys that will never even go to them.
So there's trust built up with on both sides.
So like all our drivers, mate, no one's fucking disrespectful to them because you never come back. But
if you're looking after them right as well, everyone's getting looked after.
We're bringing it to the door.
And if you are selling that sort of bulk and quantity, I imagine it makes it. I say the risk is higher because if you're carrying that amount of stuff on you, if you get caught,
everybody knows the risks.
You're not knocking on just like anyone's door with a fucking small 20 quid's worth. You know what I mean? You're mitigating that risk.
We're mostly selling our deals. We don't really do anything less than if you're buying like for the uni students and like apes and a pack of edibles for 50 quid.
So you're not moving out the house.
Not moving out the house for anything less than 40, 50 quid. Do you mean? So it doesn't really work. But then there's 40, 50 quid. But then in these area, in like say Durham, Newcastle, Sunderland. There's 20 drops in Durham, then there's 10 drops in Newcastle, and there's 15 drops in Sunderland.
So even if you do
either way, you're making all the wages are always come back for just for the driving jobs for the apes and that. Still clearing a couple of grand a day just in the deliveries for the apes. Never mind the ones that we're making for the Aussies or the boxes.
Just set any sort of goals and targets for like daily fucking sales or weekly sales.
To be honest, mate, you can't get yourself. I tend not to think about it too much because if it's a shit day, it's not because we're selling shit weed. It's just because everyone's having a shit day. It's nothing to do with just that day. You'll find that like one day you'll not sell fucking any Aussies, and then the next day you'll get an order for 50 Aussies, and then one day you're not selling.
Swings and roundabouts.
I think sometimes that's just business as well, isn't it? You know what I mean? So it's just like
but a lot of people take it to heart, whereas we've learned we can't take it to heart because if we did that every day, we'd be fucking fuming every day. So you mean, like, you'd let it get to you. You'd be a bit pissed off that you've not made this amount that day, but then it makes up for it.
Because you're taking a risk as well, aren't you? So you want your risk to be worth.
Don't get me wrong, like still the drivers still get paid the same wages. Do you mean even no matter if it's a shit day or a good day? Because they're not driving around for the much they've sold. They're driving because they've been driving with the shit all day in the car.
It's not a commission sort of base pay, is it?
No.
Why do you sell it?
Why?
What's the reason you sell it?
To be honest, mate, you can't make a living off a normal wage, mate. I don't care anyone says it, mate. I could go to town with £1,000 now and spend £1,000 in town, or I could go to town and I just couldn't do it. Like, do you mean it's so easy? Money just goes through my hands, mate.
I need some new undies, lad.
You fucking need them if you don't pay him, all right?
It's true though, mate. Nowadays, mate, you physically can't make a penny. Like minimum mate, the wages are that. Why? That's why I'm always trying to push stuff onto people to say to them, listen, do you want to make a
You do, so I get you're trying to expand your network by giving them the money.
Basically, mate, and then it's all ticking that as well, June, so it's their fault if they don't pay the type things.
So is tick rife then? Do a lot of people sort of rely on it?
We tend not to do big tick, it's just tick we know we're going to get back. Do you know, obviously, over the years we've met people, we've gained a bit of trust, tick only comes, but even in the past, it has fucked you over a bit. We tend not, I don't like the tick. Do you mean? But obviously, it's something that you've got to do sometimes. It's more like a trust thing.
Yeah, it's a long way. It's client retention, and you're showing that you're human and you've got a bit of a fucking heart. You know what I mean? So you're like, yeah, I'll let you off this time. Just make sure you sort me. But I imagine
just as long as we're not chasing it up. Do you mean I don't want to ring you and say like, when you ring me 100 times to get your stuff, but then you don't ring once when you it's a bit of a
it's like the fucking HMRC, innit? You can't get hold of them, and then as soon as you owe that penny, mate, on your case, mate, you know
the quid, you've got the fucking boot against your neck like that. Where's me quid, you
fucking Tory knobheads, aren't they? I hate them, like. Little lizards, like.
What's the most you've ever sold in a day?
Going back, done a trip to London, took down like 10 boxes. Well, there's been other times.
What's a box, just for everyone who doesn't know?
Just 36 ounces, a kilo.
Yeah. But so you took 10 kilos down in one go.
I've took 10 kilos down 500 packs of chews. I said on other times I've drove, say, going out into the water. I've took like 10 boxes of weed. I've took like 18 bars of poly.
How much is a box of weed?
A box of weed's 36 ounces, kilo.
No, how much?
How much? But between 5 and 6 grand.
Yeah, that's a few quid then, isn't it? For a nice day's work, like it'll do me like.
Yeah. I'm halfway through my year and I haven't even earned that yet, you know what I mean? Who does your fucking invoicing and all that then?
Some guy with a big blade. What's your views on the USA? Because I know it's all legal, it's all legit, isn't it? And you can get like...
Mate, we love it, man. Like, because it's for smoke-wise, it's all I smoke. So, you know, I won't really smoke. I like the fact that everyone can...
So why is this better? Is the weed better?
Just 10 times better, mate. So I know anyone will try to smoke it. Happy.
Is it anything to do with like climate and stuff and the growth and all? Does that have anything to do with it?
It's all skills, the sets, isn't it? Because it's all been sort of... The Americans have... put money into it because it's massive, so the technology's better
because it's legal now. There are a lot like you get people fucking trying to do it in like fucking sheds and everything. You've got to use what they've got.
They're trying to make it better. Like they're in the labs. There's labs out there, mate. It's warehouse labs, isn't it? It's proper like the things you see in the movies.
Big business there now, isn't it? It's a $1 billion. Well,
it's massive, mate. You just see them all day, mate. They're just sitting there with their bags, fucking picking it, and I just think, fuck me, man.
But the thing about it, it's done like that as well. If it's done in labs, so you know exactly what's in it. You know exactly where it's coming from. You know how much THC is in it. The thing when you're getting weed off like people, I know no offense, but yourself is not. I know you don't know what's in it.
There's a good margin for all the weed that comes in from America. But it's just getting it here that you could like, I've had mates that have lost parcels, like fucking 20-30 grand parcels, just because of but they're making.
Fucking you'd be sweating on that, wouldn't you? Never mind your Amazon package. Fuck me.
All that takes up is just for one day someone to ring up and say that there's fucking a bomb in the parcel.
Yeah.
And then straight away now the whole of America is now on a standstill and every parcel's been opened. So you could have just thought, say you've had 10 parcels pull off, you're guaranteed, so you made a big order. Next time, and in that one time you made a big order, shoot you in the foot.
That's scary.
I'd go the fucking post in me and see whose eyes look the reddest to be like, you took my fucking package.
My ass falls out when we just eat orders 10 minutes late. Like, do you know what I mean? Imagine a fucking 30 grand parcel.
I'll tell you the funny story. Fucking, I had pals in Scotland, and obviously I don't know the lads personally, but I know the lads that obviously parcels, we've got nicked. Parcels were coming in from America, and they had lads working in the Royal Mail, and obviously when they got to Royal Mail, when they come in the parcels, it says like rollerblades, but then obviously it says like 20 kilos on it. So you shake the box, rollerblades, it's fucking light as fuck. Do you know, so you know it's a parcel in there. They would open up the parcels, man, taking the weed out and still sending the parcels to the person's address. Empty. So the parcel had arrived, but nothing in it.
Yeah, you're gonna though, aren't you? There's fucking corruption everywhere. Like you just see palm signs in your eyes when you see something like that.
I'd make a throne out of all the bags in ours. And a postie and shit in there like that.
Fucking sprinkle on the kids' brekkie and everything.
They say that though, don't they? They say posties that say they can smell weed and that. So it's up to them not to big grass on you, but there is posties, there's a documentary on it saying that they can smell weed. And
it is a very sort of potent smell. How easy is it to conceal the smell then when you're sort of shipping?
We driving, like when I send the lads down with boxes and that's it's always in tubs, like no smellies. The only way you really get pulled is if you're driving like a tit, and obviously if you're driving like a tit, I don't want you working for us, or if you're MOT, insurance, anything like that.
Yeah, you should just employ loads of fucking nuns in it, just like all over
we switch the cars every like 6 weeks. We're switching the cars every 6 weeks.
What cars are you in? You didn't like big.
He's been in Nissan Notes. He's in a Citroen C4 now. He's been in Ford Focus.
That's a nice nan car, isn't it?
It's just cars he sees in the roads. We tend to say, right, what have you seen loads of? And he's like, I've seen loads of them. Obviously, lockdown, mate, we never touched wood. So can survive the whole lockdown. We never got pulled once, and we were the only ones that were fucking
flying.
So it was good.
It's mad because like when dealers and stuff do start to use the same sort of cars, it becomes bang on top. Because when I was 17, my first car was a mobility car. I got a Ford Focus, and I used to get pulled all the time because I looked about 12, and the biz used to go, well, it's fucking all the dealers around here all drive Focuses, like, so that's why we're pulling you.
We bought the Focus, 300 quid, got 20,000 miles out of it, and then it broke down. I was like, fucking,
300 quid to bargain,
300 quid for a Ford Focus.
I bet you're not driving a Ford Focus though, are you? Fucking spinners on his car, mate.
He's got a BMX with stump pegs and everything, lad.
Stump pegs.
A Coke can on his back wheel, blagging it's a motorbike, lad.
What's the closest call you've ever had with the police?
I've had loads, because obviously I've had like loads, but obviously closest call without getting, obviously I've been nicked, so it's like that's probably I've been nicked a couple of times, but obviously closest call, had stuff down the boxes and that, obviously stupid shit like that with the police. If I've been had in the back of the car, and obviously I've just tried to blag it, I was stuck to the smell of the car.
Even after you got caught, so the risk's always still worth outdoors, the pros.
It is, mate, but it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I didn't lay low at all when straight away, I think it for a day or two, and then I was like, right, I think I'm all right. I think it's like more, I think you know when you're getting watched, and when you know, like, we're not daft, man. Even the drivers and that, they're always in the wind mirrors, we never take the same route. We're in Durham, Newcastle, Sunderland. We could be London, Liverpool. I think that,
so it's part of the reason, why you should get paid so much for what you do, because of the stress that you have to put up with. You have to live. It's a lifestyle that you've got to live, I suppose, isn't it? You're looking in your rear view. Pardon my fucking two-pack pun there. But you're living in a rear view, aren't you, forever? Yeah.
It's a weed game, mate. It's like if they say I don't answer my phone, they're ringing some cunt else's phone. Yeah. So it's straight away, if I'm not answering mine, we've got.
And you're losing cash and everything you've worked for, isn't it?
But like I said, it's sometimes it is quality that you need, so that keeps people attracted. Like, they won't go anywhere else.
Have you ever sold shit though?
I've learned from selling shit. Like, doing, like, I used to think I'll just get it because it's cheaper. It's never the right way, man. It's like if you go for a tattoo, you're getting what you're paying for. Do you mean it's like it
goes back to client retention. If you're selling shit, people aren't going to come back to you. But
that's it, mate. That's what's good. So now I don't need to worry, mate. If I don't go on the Snapchat, my phone doesn't say I don't go on it for a day, I'm waking up to 150, 200 messages, all asking for something. Do you mean?
Yeah. So I want to touch on social media, but before I do, you were saying about being in like trouble with the police and all that a little bit. Do you keep things on your own property, or do you have off-site warehouses and stuff?
No, I wouldn't say off-site warehouses. There's obviously gaffs where we pay people to keep stuff in, like the boxes of weed. So say something's going out the day before. It's mostly you'll go to the lads you're getting it off the day before you're going, whatever, to keep it there, so it's an early morning set off. We tend not to keep anything in our possession now, because there's been times like where I've been nicked in the past where just luckily they've got a sense, and they've just, my girlfriend's moved everything out the house just because she knew. Do you mean just because she was like, nah, something's not right here? Yeah. It's a tendency. I'm always on my phone, so if something's up, take it as a fucking, like, if I'm not answering, it's something must be up. Do
you have sort of much inventory then, or is it just sort of get it in, get it out?
Nah, I would, like with the chews, with the sweeties and that, I make like 3,000-4,000 packets a month. Do you know, every say 3-4 weeks, say I make them, but they're always going. So straight away when they're getting made, I've already got the
sales already done.
Everything to go again, mate. Basically, that's
so you know they're gone.
Basically, mate, I've got that all over, mate. I just, even if it's through ticker, that, mate, they're gone. And then I know.
Do you want them gone though? So
of course, mate, 100%.
Yeah, so you'll do it even if you got to tick them. You as long as they're gone, they're out your.
The chef bird that makes them's worse than my missus, mate. Honestly, she's she's wanting paid, so she's always keen, but she knows the things if it's a quiet month. But I've got that many people all over. I never really have like a proper quiet month. Do you mean?
Yeah.
There's always someone new popping up. And regardless, like what I say, if you get yourself, like, if it's been a shit day, don't get yourself down, because the next day you go on there, you wake up. I guarantee you'll just wake up, be a bit more fucking positive about it, man. You wake up, there'll be loads of other people wanting the same stuff you thought you couldn't get rid of yesterday.
Yeah. So you mentioned like Snapchat. I want to talk about social media. So years ago, if you ever needed fucking weed or anything, you needed the number.
Page
now,
me.
Like, yeah, page me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fucking send a home page, send a pigeon with a fucking note and everything. But like now, I get fucking follow requests on Instagram all the time off like weed pages. And everything.
I'm always the same, man. But I'm telling you now, someone must be plugged, because I've accepted one of them, started chatting with one, and then 2 seconds later, man, my fucking account's been blocked 2 days later, shut down 2 days later. So it must have been. Obviously, don't get wrong, we don't mix accounts, so you never know, but it's still in that tense. Do you mean, like, I do believe that a lot of them now are just trying to catch you out, because they're straight away they're offering to sell you Cali stuff, like shipment. So straight away you're now shipping of county lines, and it all comes down to that. It's not just like the fact you're buying it. Now you're selling or buying or receiving from over. You're basically importing, and that's where shit comes into
big
place.
Time, yeah. I was gonna say then. So like with fucking social media accounts and that then. So IP addresses is all your phone sort of registered to you, or the old burners that you use all the social media accounts.
No, we don't tend to use burners. It's all Snapchat. We need a phone that's not. But obviously, location services are all off. Do you mean like obviously Snapchat said it's a society problem? It's nothing to do with like do you mean? And then you've got to look at like if you get nicked to a bit of weed or whatever, say you get nicked to a couple of ounces or whatever, and the police try and get onto your, just for instance, are messaging like Snapchat saying, we need into his account, or if that's like, they're going to look at it like, it's just a couple of ounces of weed. Do you mean like they've now going to have to set servers, and you've done that for everybody, mate? Do you mean it'd be a bit of a fun?
So you are actually more protected than people then realise.
Yeah, but don't get us wrong, mate. There's obviously there's IP addresses now.
Listen, there's fucking people out there selling kids and fucking all nonsense everywhere.
Like, mate, that's where it gets you, man. That's where you think they can't, but then they could find they can't, but they just don't want it, man.
It's mad, isn't it?
But like weed, selling fucking 2 ounces of weed's the least of your problems if people are fucking selling kids everywhere.
That's the thing about it. I don't sell anything else, mate. I have done. I know that it's jail time, so don't get on, mate. If you want to send us to weed for selling jail for selling sweeties and fucking shit like that, mate, then
suppose you know as well you're not hurting anyone. You know no one's going to die. No one's going to die from what you're selling.
That's it, mate. Obviously, don't get me wrong. We all know it's fucking illegal, but I'm willing to.
But you're not going to send anyone to the hospital. You know for a fact you can go home overnight and sleep and know that they're not dead. Basically, in bed and wake up, you know, like every morning know that all right, he might be a bit groggy, but no one's keeled over.
I want them to come back, mate. So.
Caught me off guard there.
It's a good point to bring up that Snapchat and stuff, because now it's all changed. So like the drug dealing years ago was a page, but now it's like Snapchat. Like, what do you think's going to be next? Like a fucking robot's just going to fly up to him and go, here's your eight.
No, but have you seen have you seen like fucking Amazon have started trialing these drones to deliver parcels to people's balconies and all that? They'd be like that fucking drone just dropping bits off and all that.
Fucking hell, lad. Imagine, because you know when you get creepy and you can't leave the house, imagine that. Now you can get fucking, fuck that, we'll get the drone out, you know?
Yeah, crawl
you don't
on
need
the
the drone,
walls
you've got
drone. Should fucking get on them little voice scooters in town and lad, get all your fucking dealers out.
Remember Johnny 5? Remember Johnny 5? Johnny 5's alive. You get him, just flying around, bags of green, lamo, everything.
Remember the little fucking the little Mr. Freezy machines you'd buy from like Argos, and they have like this little chest, just put loads of weed in the chest and just fucking deliver down, lad. Yeah, grind it all up, lad.
Paint them green. Paint them green. What do you hate most about your job?
To be honest, mate, just literally just the sketchiness of just doing it anyway, just getting caught, having to go through the process of actually explaining yourself, or just not even getting nicked, because obviously you've always got a backup story in your head. There's always something that it wasn't you. Yeah. You know, like, obviously, that doesn't come. You never have a grass on anyone, but we all know the risks. But that's probably the most I hate, just knowing that the drivers could be out there and randomly just get caught. Do you mean just for a routine stop? Just something stupid.
And then it all unravels, I suppose.
Well, all unravels because then they just then all unravels because it could be just start asking loads of more questions, and it just could be like someone in your street that goes, "Oh, aye, that's just could be anything." It could be anything. Also, we like to think that I know everyone. That's why I'm nice to be nice, mate. You never try and piss anyone off.
Yeah. You can't trust anyone though, because fucking I don't know if it's true, but years ago, like the social used to give you 50 quid for like grassing people up, didn't you? And all that. So
people standing outside, they'd go send your mates to people in your school. The police would be like, "Right, go ask one of the old people to go in and get some tabs," and then come out and he'd get nicked after it.
Fucking lizards everywhere, aren't they? What's the maddest thing you've seen then in a sort of drug-related situation?
I've been in a couple of myself, mate. Mostly just machete attacks. That's pretty fucking scary. Do you mean like just
fucking when you're like, fucking hell, man, there must be.
Is that back up in Scotland or?
Nah, Newcastle, mate.
Because I know Scotland's rife for fucking machete attacks.
Mate, I've seen it in Liverpool as well, mate. It's bad, but mate, here in Liverpool is different. You hear it on the news. Do you mean be on the radio? Be like, oh, it's, fucking arrow parts, fucking coming along nicely.
It's just a normal thing.
And just be fucking stay away from hitting because there's been 3 machete attacks and 1 acid attack. Just shooting. But they're just warning you to stay away from the places. But mine's is just down there. It was just starting out. I think it was just people pushing luck.
Have you ever had clients where you've got in a car and then they've like just whipped a knife out and went, "Give us all you get"?
No, well that's what I'm getting back to, mate. Fucking the drivers, and as we were sitting there, literally went to meet a lads for a box of weed. Never really sold bits to them. Obviously, they must have rang their mates. Their mates have turned up, come to the car, spoke one side, swung the door open, pepper sprayed us, and then fucking held the lads up with a knife and that, and then obviously grabbed the shit, kicked the fuck out one of my pals.
How much did they get away with?
A box of green. So £5 worth of. So that's
Do you tell the drivers then not to fucking protect the gear or anything? Just
no, mate. There's been times where someone's tried to grab the bag. The weed, literally handed over, just say 2 hours of weed.
Yeah.
Like, literally, mate, a month ago, two kids. We don't know who's on the other end of the Snapchat. We can only just go off.
Yeah.
Just go off who. Like, do you mean you just go off what you think? Do you mean you can't really say anything? Most stuff you look at snap scores, stuff like, see if they've accounts. Basically, if their accounts, if they've got a story on, something like that, just anything. Anyway, these two young lads, mate, fucking went to rob off the driver, mate. The driver's not fucking some little divvy. Do you mean they tried to grab the weed? The weeds went everywhere, but one of their jackets have got stuck in the door, mate. The driver just kicked fuck out of them. But it's what can you do? They're kids as well. Do you mean you can't do too much?
That's a good point. Do you think that the kids are getting crazier now?
I'd say in Liverpool, mate, I know lads that fucking go shoot somebody for an ounce of weed. Do you mean literally that 200 quid to them is fucking a lot of dough, mate? That's what I'm just saying in general.
How do you think it got to that point?
Mate, everybody in Liverpool, if you see in Liverpool, for instance, I think it's probably the worst here for like drugs and gangs. I would say that myself, just from living here as well, do you mean? But I mean, like, nice. Just the kids, mate, they're all what everybody sells coke. Everybody, no matter what, when you get to a certain age, every kid sells coke. Everybody and sells weed. It's fucking weird. It's weird. It's weird. No matter, like, you got 20 group of mates, there's 20 of them. And I don't know how the fuck they make money, man, because they're all selling it. Every single one of them selling it, man, without fail. Yeah. And I think that's more like, once they see all the flashy cars and that younger, because you do see a lot of older Scousers and that they're driving nice motors and they're not doing any work anymore.
Yeah.
So they just think, what did you do to get to that stage?
But that's, the old school ones have they've learned to trade, they've then started fucking investing money and all that because they're a bit more business savvy. The market's now saturated, as you said. Every fucking kid selling limo and stuff. It's shit, it's bashed, it's all kinds of shit, yeah. And there's no money in the market anymore. But then because of them, they expect a good payment, they're fucking stabbing everyone and everything.
That's it, mate. That's honestly it. It's just fucking...
Imagine saying to someone like, you don't give me my 30 quid for that half of fucking cocaine, I'm going to stab you in your leg.
But, mate, that's what it... Mate, if you read some of the stories that you see on Echo and that, mate, some of them are as stupid as that. Like,
it is.
Somebody's went to the door, didn't pay his tick bill, fucking got a machete and it fucking cut an artery. Do you mean it's like, what the fuck?
It is. When I was like 15, we used to hang around in like Rathbone Park and fucking Edge Lane drinking and all that. And some lad robbed 6 cans of Budweiser. So this kid stabbed him 3 times in front of us for robbing 6 cans of Bud. Some like a 15-year-old kid stabbed him.
Some kid in Kirby the other day was 23 years old. I've probably seen this. Yeah, some lad, he walked past some girl, said someone was arguing with this 15-year-old lad. This lad just pulled 2 knives out, boom, 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 give it to him, died. 23 years old.
Mate, that's how stupid that is.
But it's carrying knives though, isn't it? Like... I
think it's become more of a fashion thing now. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, I know a few young kids who do what you do, and every time I see them, they've got a blade on them all the time. And I'm saying, why? I try and say, why are you doing that? I say it's for safety. Because people are coming at me with blades. I sort of get that if you're in that world, but if you all stop carrying blades, then you can't get stabbed by anyone, you know what I mean?
That's where you need to be a little bit more fucking clever and savvy, because the sentence that, comes with carrying a blade to carrying weed is fucking much higher, mate. You're doubling your time.
Mate, if you stopped, no joke, mate, if you stopped, like now in London, mate, they done like a test thing for a day, I think it was, I don't say a day, but they went around London and they just stopped random groups, the youngsters, and no joke, mate, the amount of knives that they found them, but like on the like run of it was ridiculous, mate. And it's the same around here, don't get me wrong, mate. I understand that there's places where you need to have knives on you because you're going to face it yourself, like mostly around here and that as well. Kids will just have it because they know for a fact that they could get a blade pulled on them, and it's just, they say no one will see it as protection, but that is definitely half the battle. Do you mean?
It's not even just kids though, and this is what pisses me off. So there's a lad I work with, and it's ironic, like he's sort of working hand in hand with this No More Knives charity, and he said he was driving the other week and this fella cut him up, and Sean was with his little daughter and this fella was with his bird, right? He was about 40 years of age, and Sean was like, "The fuck are you doing, you little dickhead?" And he started waving a knife to Sean, and Sean was like, I feel ashamed. I'm embarrassed for you. He said, you're a 40-year-old man waving a knife because you've cut someone up on the road. He said, why the fuck have you got a knife in the car? And you see his face. He said he's seen his face drop because his bird knew. She was like, he's a dickhead here. Do you know what I mean? Why a 40-year-old fella's carrying blades and that lad?
Probably get him go, what's happening, lad?
Probably he's got a little dick. Little knot in it.
Put your face from there, lad. You fucking dickhead.
I see.
Ends up with whiplash. You haven't even had the crash.
I remember there was no blades involved or nothing, but years ago I was playing it. I used to play fucking five-a-side indoors in Liverpool College on a Friday night. And there was a balcony.
In your full footy kit?
Yeah, full kit wanking and all that, socks and shinnies. And there was a balcony above the pitches and we were watching this match and these two fellas started fucking fronting, right? And he had like 4 layers on and they both stripped off, right? Like down to skins, and then we're just like should we leave it then, lad? And I was like, why have you gone through all the effort of stripping 4 layers? Like, you got stuck in everything, like, is it on, lad? Is it on? And then, like, should we just leave it then? I was like, what's the point, lad? People fronting them mad, aren't they?
Yeah. Do you get a buzz off what you do?
I think...
Or does the money give you the buzz?
No, the money does, because see, when I've got money piled or whatever, see, I've just got money sitting there, like, enough that I know forever I'm comfortable, that's when I feel happy. Do you mean I do? Like, but then it's every day, because I spend it just as quick as I make it. Do you mean? So it does get you down. It doesn't say it gets you down, but just...
It gets me down. Yeah, fuck gets me down when I walk into Louis Vuitton and get a new bag. Oh, God. I hate it, mate.
But that's what, I think that's it, mate, just maintaining it. I think you got to be smart with it.
Is the money the rush then? So the whole thing is this is not to be a gangster. This is not to be,
I'm putting money away. So I've got plans in my head where I do want to.
Have you got a limit you're going to get to, and then
I would say a limit, mate. I'm just going to do. I'd say a few more years, and I'll definitely have what I want to make, and then it's legit side of it then.
Because when it does it seems inevitable that it's going to be legalised in the UK sooner rather than later.
I don't think I'll go to that distance now, because what I can do now is I can step away from it.
Would you get back if you stepped away from it?
I'd never step away from it knowing that I couldn't just walk straight back into where I was. I'd leave it with somebody and say that I'm still making a wage off it, you're making this.
But if I want to come back, I come back. Would you bring it legal? Would you do it fully legal if it went that way?
If it went, I'd love to do that, mate. That's something I would definitely, mate.
Is that what you're saving for?
I was already wanting to open up a shop and that, mate, and do all the bongs, skins, grinders.
You can sell my CBD, Mogwai CBD. At Mogwai CBD, check it out.
But that is, I think that's everyone's aim now. Everyone knows it's CBD and everything's coming into play. I just think it's who's going to jump on it. This is the time to definitely jump onto it. Do you mean? I was going to jump.
The biggest brands in America, I know, like the likes of Jungle Boys and Cookies, there's some of the biggest weed brands in America. They started well before it was legal. And now they're the industry leaders in what's probably $1 billion
It's because
industry.
they fucking knew the product and the market in and out before it was legalised. Now you've got all these new big farmers trying to jump on there.
It's marketed like sweets or like you know, like Versace and shit like that now. So you can get like Versace weed, you know, look at this bag, and then or you can get this little shitty fucking bush weed over here.
Exactly. It is just mad. So with sort of you saying you're putting money away and all that, are you looking to, as you said, eventually you would walk away, but you're not going to get to a point where you can't ever step back into it? Yeah. But are you thinking of like investing in other things?
To be honest, I was ready to start before lockdown. Lockdown wasn't the reason why I stopped. I got nicked before lockdown, and the partner that I had was going to open up a shop, like skins, bongs, grinders, doing like the CBD drinks and all that. And because I got nicked, obviously it's not in his sight that I'm going to be there. Do you mean? Because I'm still waiting to find out about it.
Yeah. Is there a big risk then with getting nicked?
I think that it just depends, mate. It depends what they do you on, because what I'm doing, it comes down to bulk supply. It's not really like you're not just selling the 10s and 20s anymore. You're now wholesale.
Which is where the money is, really.
Exactly. That's where the money is, mate. But that's it. It's just being smart about it. I mean, we try, like I said, mate, try and change cars, try and never always changing phones, doing just little things, mate, that you'll know you'll go a bit further.
If you did get nicked in and you're waiting for the sort of results, why haven't you completely stepped away? Is it just purely because of the money?
Mate, purely because, man,
if you stop now, someone else is going to take over.
Basically, mate, that's all it is.
And if you are found innocent, then you've lost all that.
Basically, mate. I'd say that was
you've got nothing to lose, have you? You know what I mean? Either way, you're going to win, aren't you? Either way, you know what I mean?
I've got enough money where I could step away now, and still go and probably do what I want to do legit, but I don't think right now he's like...
But you like them piles of money. I'd have it in bed with me like that.
Have you ever been like mid shit and realised there's no bog roll? Have you ever thought, I'll fucking use a 20 note here or something? Paper cuts all over you, paper cuts all over your bullet hole and everything. Yeah.
I don't know.
50s, yeah.
I don't know why I set boxes come to mind first, but
I want to talk about the typical stereotypical stoner type people, but that's not all it is. So the people you see on telly, and they'll be like Shaggy off Scooby-Doo. Yeah, man, you okay? Peace, man. Like that. Yeah. They're not the only type of people who do it. It's people from every type of life now, isn't it? So I just want to talk about the people you sell to.
See, even just from family, mates, it's grannies or solicitors, but I've sold to solicitors, I've sold weed to 70-year-old women, the edibles and stuff, and honestly, mate.
Because it can be a medicine as well, can't it?
Well, it is, mate, no joke, 70-year-old women, literally carer, will finish their caring years, 70, maybe 60, 65 plus, easy, because when I said this, she was like 68, she'll be 70 now. Yeah. She was buying edibles off us, and literally, no joke, the comments she was making after it was just, that she had the best sex of her life and all this. you know what I mean? 60, 70, man, and they're saying that to you. That makes you think, what the fuck, man?
She's fucking smacked the dust off that, hasn't she?
That's what I'm saying. Make sure
put dust everywhere.
She's got
repeat daddy.
Repeat custom.
She's got a funny like a pork pie. Once you get past all the crust and the jelly, it's pure meat, isn't it? Like, just just fat and dust everywhere, like talc everywhere.
Just looks like a fucking flattened mince pie.
But that's probably that's the clientele, mate. It's all different, mate. You'd be so surprised. And mate, look at all these people like Snoop Dogg, multi-millionaire, smokes fucking as much as you can. Dr. Dre smokes loads of weed. Loads of famous people. You see Richard Branson smokes weed.
Yeah.
All the people that are all fucking rich as fuck, they all smoke weed. It's just smoking it and not being able to smoking it and sitting there all day and not doing anything about it.
Yeah, because that's what everyone thinks of when they first have it.
It enhances you, don't it?
But if you're a lazy fucker, it'll enhance you sitting on the couch all day and playing on COD.
You can be a stoner, and the type of weed you smoke comes down to it. Like, you don't just smoke what's there. You go, what is it? Is it dog or is it haze? Because haze is going to make you want to get up and have a laugh, whereas dog's going to bring you right down to watch fucking telly.
So what you're saying there is haze is what is
haze is sativa.
So that makes you
well, no, I wouldn't say it makes you fucking, because
there's two different types, isn't there? So there's a sativa and there's indica, isn't there?
Aye.
So that's just the sativa. What like
sativa's like high, makes you high, lifting you.
Makes you want to chat and stuff like that.
Basically, well, not everybody, like, don't worry, I still have a joint of haze and I fucking can't be arsed, but obviously it does. But that's the prime of it. Like dog and stuff, that brings you right down.
That's a push.
Yeah, but that's something you want to smoke of a nighttime smoke. So put it this way, haze a daytime.
So in America, so where you can literally pick what they want to smoke. You know, you could literally cater your smoke so you could get up in the morning, not have a strong one, good to help you get on with your day. Because I know there's a website called Leafy. And if you go on them, it gives you all the effects of it. And it does say on some of them, uplifting. You know, you feel motivated and people leave reviews on it. So you must, so if you can pick what you're doing, because I suppose you've got no choice, you just go,
it's just what you're
doing. That's it. Me personally, like on our Snapchat Snap, we've got 5 or 6 different, say 45 weeds on there, doing just different ready to sell during. So it's like you'll have like a UK weed in, like a UK Cali. You'll have like just say, like,
mad how big the market is though, innit? It's scary.
But it's just a preference. You don't everyone we will get rid of everything we get in, because it's different people smoke different things. So if you've got one thing on the menu, you might not be as busy. You've got 3 things on the menu, you'll see you're still selling the same amount of green.
Yeah,
but you've got more of a choice. 20 more people messaging you because you've got there's this much choice.
Yeah. And going back to Snoop Dogg, apparently like he employs just like a blunt roller full time.
He's on 50 grand a year.
Yeah, he pays him 50 grand a year just to fucking roll blunts.
50 grand a year to roll blunts.
I seen an advert yesterday as well. It's a stupid advert. It's like a normal fucking legit for something.
I'm rolling 50 left, rolling that much blunts. You'd be fucking your finger would be sore as fuck.
Yeah, you would. Like, your shoots are fucking like that. Well, just get this round for you.
There's a Snoop Dogg advert right at the minute, and he's just advertising like a bottle of Ribena or something, and he goes, but it's now just time for weed, and he gets his wheelbarrow and just gets off on the advert. And I was like, they're even tapping into that just being fucking normal, do you know what I mean? Because in America it's legalised, but here it's not. And it's a UK-based advert, but Snoop Dogg's on it. It's funny, like.
I mean, the money they've made on taxes over that, you know what I mean? They should do it here. I mean, we're allowed to have CBD, but just about. Smug white CBD.
He loves a little plug.
Another shameless plug. Check us out, baby.
But it's...
But it's not, but that helps people, and I know a lot. It helps a lot, but the THC in it can stop people having seizures. You know, people with MS stops the tremors.
Yeah.
And it's still not allowed. But yet they'll give you all these drugs from over the counter.
Does it
wreck your body?
Does it stop ginger hair?
Doesn't fuck. I don't think there's much this can know. There's no one for you. Sorry, Gary.
Or fucking bald and look as airline getting off.
Like fucking Fabio, cheeky bastard.
But I was talking to a doctor the other week about
you fucking need it as well, lad.
About the problem with prescription drugs.
Yeah.
Like, as you say, weed's fucking illegal and it doesn't do anything, it doesn't kill anyone, and then there's people fucking dying, overdosed on fucking codeine and everything. It's scary,
you can go and drink a full bottle of tequila, and fucking go and knock some fella out on the road and get nicked. But it's worse to go and have a fucking joint and a pizza. And
alcohol's the worst fucking drug in the whole world, mate. And it's
the only thing I ever take and then get up and go, why did I say that?
Yeah, exactly.
If alcohol was invented now, they'd 100%, fuck it off. They'd say there's no way they'd let it.
Exactly.
And if weeds is just something. Weeds being, I think they stopped it years ago in America was because hemp production would have stopped all like the paper factories, all the clothing. Because it was so useful.
Yeah.
If they planted a whole field of CBD plants. Yeah, they're taking that not field, not a forest. Sorry, a field. They're taking that much carbon that it would fix the planet. Fix the problem with the planet. Yeah. But no one wants to go and plant it. But it takes in that much carbon dioxide.
It's fucking scary. It is. So what's the sort of plans over the next 6 to 12 months then for the business?
To be honest, mate, I'm going to start bringing in a lot more flavours of the sweeties, a lot more different like structures in them, like fizzy sweets, stuff like that. But that's something I'm pride myself in, is just the sweeties, mate. That's what I put most of my effort into.
Is that the biggest profit margin?
That's obviously about more how much money we make off the weed and that. The edibles is where it's like a new scene. It's like the Cali weed. It's coming in. Yeah. Like, so I'm going to try and I do cakes, syrups, vapes, extracts a lot, mate. Yeah. That's something I'm going to try and just start just making it a bit more like the weed game. Do we try and make it as big as that, mate? Yeah. We're pretty big anyway. A lot of people come to us because they think we've got the best stuff in that. Yeah. But just keep trying to build on that, to be honest.
I seen this thing quickly the other day. What's your views on this? It was called Canna Bumps, yeah? And it was basically, there's a thing out in America now. It's like basically THC that you snort.
Wow.
Yeah, Canna Bumps it's called. But I was thinking everyone's slating it.
Everyone's sniffing it and falling asleep.
I do in the club, what are you doing? You're sniffing coke? No, this is weird, you weirdo.
Chilled me, lad, chilled me.
Then you get them fucking wrongins who have like fucking lemo spliffs and all that, don't they?
Yeah. You know what? I need to be up and down at the same time. Extra paranoid.
You're finished.
That's it, yeah.
Do you want to wrap us up then?
Yeah, I've just got one last thing to show you, mate. You're probably going to be happy with this. You're nicked.
I like that.
Don't you like that?
Thanks for that.
I like that one.
That was boss.
Listen, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Jay. It was a pleasure, mate. Thank you.